Joker! Joker!
Hey guys, it's IS15 here with another video, but this time it's another reaction video. This is actually something that's not about, this is actually something that's not Ruby related, Raka Raka, or anything. This is actually my first, kind of video game kind of thing. Reaction. This is, reaction. This is reaction to, Kamen Rider War Genesis. Basically it's called Episode 8, The Strongest Man, Kabuto vs. Faiz. And this is made by, I think he's called KNIGHTWING. Just a second, I'm just pulling. KNIGHTWING01. So yeah, so he's kind of a YouTuber I found a while back, I think during this week, right, during spring break. I think so, because it was during while I was just on my computer and just on YouTube looking for something to watch, and I found this. So yeah, like I said, nothing too much. I've been following his little Battride War Genesis gameplay. So yeah, there's that. I'm trying to. You realize I'm in a different place, and plus I'm trying to get into a spot where I'm not. Where you can see my face, and I can have the footage just down here. Should just have the other way around, but I'm used to having it somewhere. I'm used to having it like somewhere, but I think I'm used to having it here now. So I'm trying to move it so you can see me, and then just have it right like around here. So there. Yeah, this is the spot I'm gonna be doing. So yeah, I might move a little bit during it just to get comfortable, but for the most part, I'm just gonna like stay here. So, enough talking, let's go. Dang. Yeah, here we go with this.
What is happening, guys and gals? Welcome back to Kamen Rider.
So yeah, Battride War is basically a Japanese.
And, we've been looking over comments, and some people want us to
take
a look at.
Well, basically, it's a Japanese video game of the for the series Kamen Rider.
Apparently, that's a very well requested rider. Yep,
Kamen Rider.
Faiz.
So yeah, I was gonna think. I'm still thinking of like getting.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, not as much as some other shows.
No,
getting it, and might be doing some gameplay, but again,
maybe I like some elements
but
more
still,
than
there's
Ryuki.
some problems being a little bit in Japanese.
Of it, but I didn't really see that much of the show. But you
did.
did.
It's more dramatic.
Yeah,
like
I like things that have like.
Okay, but he's talking about Faiz. I didn't like it that much, but
stuff like double.
It's his.
Kabuto,
It's his.
Stuff. Yeah.
It's not.
And we'll bring in, of course, Orange Man for support.
Guy.
No,
he's called Guy.
So we're going to Kabuto's level right now. And,
maybe me doing this will help him know how to
he has
like.
no dreams of his own, but he's still gonna dream.
So yeah,
that's the plan. So Faiz, how do I explain this? Show is dark. The show is really.
Yeah, I saw Faiz, and it was really awesome.
It's basically
really liked
the premise
the show.
Of mutants
that
can turn into riders.
Yeah, there are a lot of mutated people in it.
Yeah, I know there's like
kind of like a robot, but in order to use his morpher or whatever it's called, you have to be of mutant blood. Like,
well, the funk. I don't know how to pronounce the monster's name.
You have to have.
Oh, okay.
Or the Orpha. I don't know how to pronounce the monster's name again.
Like
still.
Something, which is very reminiscent to the Showa era riders. And you see this mutant bug thing like infiltrate this lab.
Yeah.
And he attacks a bunch of scientists and steals a rider belt. And then it fast forwards a couple years, and you see this character named Yuji hanging out with his fiance, looking at pictures of what he was like as a kid. Very homebody, like nice. Kind of opening up your heart to, oh, who is this guy? Is this the Kamen Rider Faiz?
Yeah.
No, it's tough.
he has this great life. He's really great with his family, and then they show them in a car.
I remember. Yeah, you telling me this.
And
oh my gosh.
Here's Blaster form.
Everything changes.
Yeah.
Man, life sucks like that sometimes.
That's
You
my
get caught up
action form,
about
by the
talking
way.
about
So I get
the
like
show.
a sword and a gun, and I also have one of the most powerful rider kicks in the world. It like uses all this power and stuff like that. That creates
Keep
kind
one
of
out,
like this psychic
actually.
drill. But
This blocks.
you know,
I keep
anyway,
forgetting.
back to the character Yuji. He's this really nice guy, you know, and you want to feel for him. Kabuto, masked form Kabuto. So he's gonna try to defeat us
Faiz actually, I really liked it.
But
No,
Yuji is this guy that's just
like the show,
normal,
so I don't really.
Yeah.
He's got his life together. He's gonna get married. All this fun stuff. For whatever reason,
And
he's
the only
done with
thing
his
is, the ending
parents.
kind of confused me.
Maybe take
That's
him
all.
out to
It
dinner or
wasn't
something.
bad, right?
Maybe
I'm
show
talking about
him
the
off his
last
new
bit
apartment. I don't
of
know.
when they show him
But
talking
they
to me
get,
his vision. He's saying
in a car
he's
accident by a
basically
semi,
blind or
and
something,
his
or
parents
his
are
vision's
killed on
in trouble.
impact, and then Yuji is put in a coma for several years, and life just kind of like stops for Yuji, but life moves for everybody else in his world. While he's in a coma, you learn that his uncle planned the downfall of his family,
Oh, okay, yeah,
sold off their family home to pay their debts.
Yeah, I was confused because I was thinking, I thought his uncle killed his parents, but I guess that was the way he killed his parents.
Yeah, I mean, he hired some driver
Okay, again,
or cut the guy's brakes or whatever. I don't really remember.
Okay.
Faiz is a dark show. Somehow the fiance is involved with it, and it's just all kinds of crazy.
Yeah, then his fiance ends up marrying somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he comes out of the coma, it's like, oh, you weren't supposed to wake up. It's like,
Yeah, you weren't supposed to wake up. You were supposed to be dead.
why didn't she
this
wait
is-
for him?
Because it was
What?
3 years.
Yeah, well, I
That's
was
not
wondering
enough
when I
time.
was
would've
watching
waited
it, but
for
again,
3 years.
I appreciate
Faiz is
that.
actually that was a good show, exactly, and I really liked.
I find, because this is kind
Plus, I
of...
really liked the design of Faiz. I think.
This is kind of a theme in some rider shows. Sometimes the rider gets killed, and then they come back to life like through some type of thing. So Yuji's in the hospital. He's been in a coma. They're like, oh, this is our coma patient. Nothing ever happens to him. Just move along. And a nurse notices that he's going in a cardiac arrest, and then he dies. And then when they're calling the time of death or whatever, they walk over to the rider, or the character,
Yeah.
and they're like, you know, he transforms into a monster, kind
Sorry,
of.
I'm listening to this,
Yeah.
so it's not some bits
Yeah,
I'm
it
just
seems like
watching.
there are a lot of monsters
Here's
in
the
Faiz.
his
But what's
big
crazy
giant
about that is that character,
radar
when
rider
he turns
kick
into
thing.
the monster, you're like, hold on a second, this isn't the rider, what's going on? And it's like, for the first time, they're really showing the point of view from the bad guys. Like, right away, you're like, I
Her
thought the
character-
was going to be Kamen Rider Faiz, and it's like, nope. Enter this guy named Takumi, who's just
Kagami.
this kind of dude stalking this girl to get a rider belt. You
Huh?
know?
Right. This show, you actually get to see what happens to the bad guy that makes him that way.
Yeah.
Like one bad day.
Yeah, basically. And he turns into kind of like a centaur type creature.
Yeah, you feel more for the bad guy than the good guy.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, I did in that show. I really
Yeah.
did. But anyway, the rider belt, the Faiz belt or whatever, is being carried by this girl for whatever reason. And she's
Mari.
a motorcycle person. I love how Kabuto just walks towards you like all like, you know,
and he's just, yeah.
let's see how you do with a double rider kick. There we go. How do you like that, Kabuto?
Pretty cool.
That had to hurt him. Yeah, I think, nope. That didn't even phase him. Wow, Kabuto's strong. And he's only in his mask form. But yeah, see the drill?
Yeah, I thought he looked different. I was like, what? I thought Kabuto had a red outfit.
Yeah, I believe that was my Delta form. I don't really
Oh.
remember all of
Axel
Faiz's forms,
form.
but he has like 2 or 3. But
Yes, 3
yeah, so the
and
show,
Kamen's final form.
like Yuji wiping out all these
Axel
people or
form.
whatever, but then he feels remorse after it. And then Takumi is just this
Dog
kind of
me.
like stalker guy who's following this girl. She tries to use the transformation ability, and she can't transform because she doesn't have the blood of the mutant or whatever.
Yeah.
Love funk,
So,
or funk. Which
Takumi basically
which one?
steals the morpher and
Oh,
turns
no.
into Faiz and takes care of the monster pretty easily. But what's interesting about the Faiz show is it's not just Takumi that can be Faiz.
Then he tells her, "Go make me sandwich."
Yeah, pretty much. Any rider or any monster who gets a hold of his belt and his morpher can transform into that character.
That's kind of weird.
So there's been like 9 other people that have been that character, if memory
So they're
serves
all
me right.
mutants, but they're good, or there's some good mutants, some bad.
Well, over the course of the show, Yuji, he feels really bad for what happened. He got revenge, took care of the people that, destroyed his life. And he comes into, like, this organization. I think it's, like, called Brainchild or something. I don't
Smart
remember.
Brain.
Yeah.
But they basically tell him, you're the hope for humanity, and humanity is now mutated. So half the population.
I'm just pointing stuff out. I'm
going
gonna
to
understand
you're
that
gonna be our
he
champion
probably has
and take down Faiz, who's trying to destroy us from being the next step in human evolution.
Oh, okay.
Because Faiz is protecting people from these mutant creatures.
I don't know why, but I get like an X-Men feel from it.
It kind of is, because Yuji then...
scared of the mutated people that could be, more...
Right. Yuji basically says, no, I'm not going to do that. I want to protect humans. So he gets his band of followers, and as these... I can't say the name of their creatures because it's way too hard to pronounce. It starts with an O. You guys in the comments probably know what it is,
right.
but Japanese names and just pronouncing them, no. But they're basically monsters. That's all you need to know.
Come on, Gatewing, butcher the name in front of everyone.
No, it's Epoch, Openok,
for the comments.
Orphunk,
I don't know what the heck it's called. It's weird. But Yuji creates his own like little X-Men group, and they work with Faiz
right? I don't know what I'm
and some
saying
other
right.
people. But there's also this really annoying rider. Kabuto. Grandmother says that I am the sun.
Grandmother says.
And I'm gonna spank you. That's pretty much what it could be. So he's in his cast-off mode.
Kendo
and we're fighting him in our regular mode, so we're gonna have to go.
I made you
But no.
Taunted you.
Yuji tries to work with Faiz. Then we have this other guy. I believe his name is Masato or whatever. He is one of the most hated secondary riders in all
He's
existence. In fact, he gets killed 3 times in 3 different ways in 3 different continuities because he's just a total tool.
He is.
I don't like him. Nobody likes him. Even his actor is kind of like, the way that they had me portray the rider.
Kaiza is completely a dick.
He's a really good
I watched that series. I do not like Kaiza that much. Just the character, not the rider. The rider, yes.
He's kind of like a anti-villain hero type guy.
Okay.
And he fights Takumi like all the time. And Takumi feels like this kindred spirit because they both don't like the mutants, but at the same time, they're not really gonna, whatever. This other guy is gonna go and wipe out as much people as possible. So when he finally gets killed off by Yuji, which everybody is so happy about, Yuji becomes that rider, the secondary rider.
It was still unexpected.
Until, of course, his death.
But again...
So people just do not like Masato.
No.
Nope.
Oh, great glitch. I can't even see my Excel form.
Great.
Blaster form.
So...
This is my monster form. My amazing
blaster form for
Kabuto. I have a lot to
Cell
talk
phone
about
was
Kabuto, so I'll
just
save
my
it
one,
for... Because I'm going to play as Kabuto next.
should really comment down below and tell him that stuff.
Cool and everything.
And maybe he'll find my reaction.
The show, to me, it's just boring and depressing.
Yeah,
it's not boring, but...
A combination.
That's my mark. That's my finishing mark.
Oh, cool.
Except people, I believe they disintegrate. They don't explode. Like, there's like this weird kind of like disintegration.
Yeah, they disintegrate. They
something like that.
move flames go up from them, and then they literally just turn to ash.
But that's the ending screen for Faiz right there. Very robotic in nature. Very robotic feel.
Alright, so I'm gonna
figure out a way.
The guy that you see at the beginning, that his fiancée marries his cousin, and his parents are gone, and they didn't want him to wake up. He becomes a rider later on in it?
After he kills Masato, yeah.
Yeah, again, Kaiza, I never liked him back when I watched that series.
So he steals it, and then he works with Faiz.
He's a complete
kind of like, think like
be honest, he's a complete dick.
Like
I don't like him.
And working together a little bit. That type of thing.
Who's he for?
But I know I'm biased here, but Kabuto is just a better show. It has like more of an action feel to it. There's a little bit there's definitely more comedy in it, and the writers are just so likable. I really tried.
Except
I
Tendo.
rewatched 10 episodes of Faiz, and I was just
No.
super depressed that I had to watch like 6 episodes of Double and a couple episodes of Deno to just kind of like even out the depression, because it was too
Sadness.
much.
Not
I had to
everyone.
throw in a couple episodes of Forza too.
Had to pet your
Okay,
kitty.
Yeah, actually, Tink slept on
Chicken
me
O's.
like while I was watching most of those. But Kabuto, I mean, for a show that came out when we got married 10 years ago, it's actually pretty good. I mean, some of the graphics don't really look as good, but its vibe to me is kind of like
Again, no one likes Tendo.
Samurais.
Yeah, from what I saw of Kabuto, I really liked it a lot. Just the way his attitude, where he was just so sure of himself, like I don't know, I don't want to
because
say
he
it,
is
but
he is the son. You know, he even when he meets like the secondary rider and he says, "Well, you can't defeat me because I am the sun. I am the way to heaven, so you can't, defeat me."
I don't know if he said.
I walk the
I
path
don't
of
remember
heaven,
what
you
he
just
said. I
walk
didn't
the
watch
path of
Kabuto that
man.
much. I just
oh,
was
interesting.
so eager to get on
the
to
show, you find
Deno
out that
and
Kabuto is a
Kiva,
lot
or at least
more.
try to get Kiva.
Grandmother says that my armor looks amazing because I polish it.
Yeah,
with turtle wax.
I don't know why, but Kabuto reminds me of Batman
Oh, definitely.
a lot.
Like just
He's
the
just
air.
like,
Okay.
he's so arrogant.
I really don't know what I'm
He just
doing.
approaches everything.
I'm really
Not in
bored.
a bad way, but in a good way. He's arrogant. Like, I got
Cast
this.
off.
Like,
All right,
You're
so-
not even a threat.
No
to
way,
me.
I'm not
This
bored.
is
I'm
our
just
rider
tired.
form, and basically we're like
Why
a
am I
ninja.
saying I'm bored?
Especially when we use
I never get
like
bored.
the
I
clock-up
better get
ability.
bored
They're
unless
kind of like
I
samurai
had
because
unless I'm
they're
at
so
school.
like poised, like the way Kabuto is like not. He's just is so in control of himself that it's like intimidating.
Now,
He
the
bums
reason why they
everyone
bring
out
her
and
up,
calling
like
him go.
Kabuto and Faiz a lot, and a lot
He's
of crossovers
Tendo.
and stuff like that, is their shows have very similar feels to them. They're
Yeah.
both kind of like insects and animal type things. Like Kabuto, just like the Faiz show, the very first character that we're introduced to is a secondary, or in this case, like third or fourth
Oh
rider.
yeah, your favorite.
Kagami. I love Kagami. Oh, here's Deno. All right, Deno, let's do this. Yeah, well, you're
They
going
kind of all
down.
start to look the same when I'm like.
The hell? What the heck is he talking about?
That's racist to the right.
Kabuto.
They all look totally different.
Again, I haven't watched
I can actually
Kabuto
name
completely,
every
but
single rider now.
I watched a
Like,
few
I've done
episodes. I
Kamen
did
Rider,
like that
Samurai,
one part when
playing this game.
he. I did found this one funny part when
I think I
Kabuto's
know,
in
like,
clock
all
up
the main
and
riders. Now,
Kugami
doing the
is like
secondary ones is
he's
gonna be difficult.
when he's fighting
But,
when
one of the
Kabuto's
things
fighting the
that I
worm,
like about
Kugami is just
Kabuto,
knocked off
probably
his feet
why I
and
was
he's
able to
almost
get
won
into
now.
it so much is it's very similar to Drive. Like the clock up ability is just like Drive's like slow down, like where they do the speed up ability.
Not
Although
really.
Kabuto
That's the
is much faster.
slowdown thing
He
is
has, like,
the
his
Roy
clock up
modes.
thing is like the speed of light. And then later when he's in hyper clock up or whatever, hyper mode, he can time travel like the Flash.
You can't time.
Yeah,
That was
pretty
just in the
insane.
movie.
But anyway,
I don't know if
getting
it's just
back
extra
to-
time
pretty
travel.
crazy.
to Kagami. Kagami is just your average, Joe, and he's really fun because, he's just like this really down-to-earth, funny guy that's working for this secret military organization known as Zect, who are trying to wipe out these bugs.
Worms.
Yeah. I didn't see too much of the beginning of it. I saw some of it. But
Well,
yeah.
this
he
game
doing?
is like you relive
Why
the
he's doing
first
cast
episode of
off
all
and
the
then-
characters,
Yeah.
pretty
And
much.
cast
So
on
he's
thing.
trying to stop the bugs or whatever.
Worms.
And he's not really good at his job. In fact, nobody at Zect really trusts him with anything.
Yeah.
When he meets Tendo for the first time, Tendo is like your typical samurai like imagery. Here you have this guy in traditional Japanese attire, like not a kimono, but I forget what they call the Japanese guy like clothing. He's
Yeah.
wearing a robe, he's carrying tofu, like the Japanese
Oh,
style where it's in the bowl
right,
in the
right.
water. And Kagami is like trying to be like a police officer, stopping this guy who stole his wallet. And Tendo is just walking there with his tofu. He doesn't even move when the robber almost slits his throat with a knife. And then later, Kagami is like, scolding the guy, like, why didn't you dodge? And Tendo's like, grandmother says that if you spoil the tofu, then you are a fool. And the guy's just looking at him like, what the heck is your problem? Who is this weakling?
He's more considered about the he's so worried about the tofu.
So anyway,
I don't remember I was gonna say.
burglar
Oh
gets
yeah, I
away,
don't. Oh,
and
it's
he's
not been a
running,
while
you know,
since I
past
think Kabuto.
Tendo, and he's like, oh, you dropped
again,
the ball. As he's walking, he
like I said, I never finished Kabuto. I was just really, I was just starting to get really. I was just more eager to get on with get to Deno. It's been a few I haven't seen yet. There was Kuga, Agito,
and then he's just like, you really need to do your job better there,
Hibiki,
and Kagami's like, wait a second,
and Kabuto.
you just insulted me.
Oh, those are the four ones.
And there's like
And bits of Kiva.
Kind of
Kiva.
like this,
I nearly watched. Those are the only ones I have not done. I watched some with Kiva, but
it feels like
and then I just got lost.
He's the average guy, and he
And
struggles with
not
life
with
and
Kiva.
his
Just
job
I
and
just
everything.
really
So it's like
was
he's
more
really
eager to
nice
get
guy,
on.
but
You
no
know, I
one
wasn't
really
trying
thinks
to.
he can really
And once
be
DK,
really
then
awesome or
double
do anything.
again.
So he's basically underestimated.
Yeah, and
for
even though
they
he's considered the main character, like
again.
it takes place from his point of view, the show is really about Tendo. And this is another one of Deno's forms that we're fighting.
Oh yeah, and Tendo is Kabuto, isn't he? Yeah, Tendo is Kabuto.
Oh, hyper mode.
No.
I forget the name of the gun that I'm using, but my weapon basically goes from a kunai to a sword. And
nice.
it's pretty awesome.
No, it's the kunai gun, but that weapon is the perfect sector thing.
Okay, so anyway, in the first episode,
is it?
No,
I forget.
It's like a flaming
I know
laser sword. In the
again,
first
I only
episode,
know some of the
Kagami and Zect, and
the writers like Kuga, all well basically have Kuga through.
And they actually look like Kamen Riders because they're dressed
Kuga
in
through
similar to a Kamen Rider.
Kuga through Kiva, I know, and also another form from DK.
And pixie boots.
I don't know, like I said, the first series I ever officially watched was Forze, and I really loved that series. I don't know why people don't like it that much. And I don't know what's the problem. Again, I just found it really enjoyable and really fun. And plus,
they're kind of like the Marvel Shield people.
Yeah, I didn't know about Final Forms until I watched Forze.
And Kagami is like so happy that he finally gets to transform. The difference between these riders and the other ones, when you call Henshin, you turn into your thing. These insects fly out of like a dimension, and they like become part of your morphing sequence. So as
Henshin transformation
is calling the beetle, he says Henshin, I summon you. The beetle comes up, and then
I'm only
it's
at 20 minutes.
Kagami, and then the last second, it goes.
This is just the reaction part.
That's standing with the sun behind him, so you can't see his face.
This is what happens, people. I do video game reactions, and this is what happens.
Just standing there like, what the heck? This was my time. This was all Kagami time. I was gonna be the hero.
Poor Kagami.
And this guy is able to use like all of the things that Kagami has been training for his entire life. To be, or, at least 2 years in this organization. And this Kabuto, who nobody knows who he is until the end of the episode, like, he's
I'm getting
so
really lost. I'm more, I think I'm more listening.
Form.
Yeah.
Listen to the guy.
Going into the cast-off mode at
there we go, another form
Kagami
again. I think I'm more again.
Cast-off or you won't be able to defeat the bug. And Kabuto just says all like coolly, I'm seeing how far I can go in this mode. And the guy's like, what? That's the weak mode.
Yeah.
And Kabuto's actually kicking a lot of butt. He does finally transform to show off the rider form and does a rider kick with his back turned to the bug. Yeah. And just like within milliseconds before the bug comes up to him, he turns around and kicks him in the face.
I like that.
The force of the explosion knocks out Kagami. But for the longest time, until the smoke clears, basically the Zect organization comes in and they're like, great work, Kagami. Like, you finally pulled your weight around here. And they see somebody else standing there, and they're like, what?
He's a Kabuto.
I thought that was the first episode.
Yeah, basically.
Not with the government organization at all. He's all on his own.
All on his own.
And they kind of don't like him. They're very annoyed with him. but nobody can really take him down because he's so awesome.
No, they have to bring in a secondary rider called the Bee or the Wasp,
Bee.
depending on your translation.
Yeah, I'm
No one
trying
from
to think of how to
Decade.
describe how awesome
Again.
Kabuto is, but you have to see it to know.
I really recommend you guys watch Kabuto.
Yeah, it's really
I mean,
cool.
I
He's
might
like
watch.
Batman,
I might try to watch
Yoda,
Kabuto.
Neo.
I don't know. I'm
it's
debating
like
this.
Batman, Neo, and the Flash all in one.
Yeah,
Neo.
You know,
it is really awesome.
and the show has a lot of.
I know I'm
heart,
not
too.
talking.
I mean,
I know I'm not
there's
talking
some
about Neo
characters
from
that
Ruby.
feel like
And
not as cool as some others,
I
but
don't know.
everything has like a great like motion to it.
You forgot another aspect of Kabuto that's cool about him. Is that he's a cook, right?
Yes,
He's like an
he's like a
expert
renowned
chef.
expert chef.
Hey.
Yep.
This is going.
Rider kick with
I
Faiz.
didn't want to go this
He's
too
like a
long, but
larger-than-life
again,
boy.
this is what happens when I
He's just so cool.
with the video game.
Do we get him? Slow motion.
Yeah, and then when a Kagami has to fight Kabuto, he's like almost crying because
It's only
he doesn't
5
wanna fight
minutes.
him.
There's
He wants
only,
to be his
and it's
Oh, yeah,
still
that's
5
much
minutes
later in the
left.
series, so.
Yeah.
But it was really
Nice.
cool because yeah, he actually chooses.
I don't know.
to
I'm gonna keep.
friendship
I don't
over
know. I'm
being a
gonna do it,
rider,
baby.
and then
Video game
because of that,
actually.
the organization creates,
Again.
or rather, his dad or somebody. I
I
forget.
don't know.
They make him a new
And just to give you a record, I was trying to watch this yesterday, but I was on my iPod because
He
my.
looks exactly like Kabuto, except he's
I
all
don't know.
blue.
This
Kinda
might.
looks like a Beetleborg, the way his mandibles are on the top of his head.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, it does.
No, you haven't seen
I
that.
don't
yet,
watch
but that's much
Beetleborg
later
if
in
you
the
guys
I
didn't know.
actually did
Listen.
like watching what I saw of it. It's
But,
It's for the
I'll
kid.
talk
For
about
the
the Bee,
Sega.
like real
Again.
quick. Bee is the secondary rider, and
No,
he
the
has
Bee
a
isn't the second
different
rider.
philosophy
Get
than,
attack is.
Kabuto. It's like two wandering samurais like meeting together.
yeah,
Although
they are like wandering samurais actually.
Are they? How should I say how? That's I speak about attack.
you know, they kind of work
Pretty much. I still need to get
hand in
Kabuto.
hand. He also
I need to
believes
get
in
a bunch
something
of
called
this.
perfect
Should I say
harmony,
a whole thing?
and he
Take a watch. I
watches
want to
out
get
for his
Hibiki and
subordinates.
DK.
Like, he
I don't
puts,
want to get Hibiki. I
the
want to
safety
get
of his man
DK.
above anything
And
else.
I
So he
also
has,
wanna
like, his
get,
own
like-
elite army, which is pretty cool.
Oh,
when he
what's
first meets
I don't know what's next in the
they
series.
meet
I
in
want to
human
get. I want to
forms,
see
and they're
Kiva.
going to buy tofu because they're
I
both
want
really
to see
great
what
chefs.
Kiva.
The one guy,
I want to get
Bee
Kiva
user,
at
wants
least.
to buy the tofu
There was
so
Hibiki and
that
Kiva.
he
They didn't
can,
make it SH figures
feed
for.
his men a treat because they've been
Where was
doing
I
such
talking
a
about
great
SH
job
figure
killing
arts
the
wins?
bugs.
When I'm talking about like.
Kabuto wants to make tofu for his sister because he feeds his sister like every single day. Like he always cooks for her something really good.
I'm forgetting.
Yeah, I remember
I'm
like,
getting
seeing
more
them
of this
cook,
now,
but I
and I'm
didn't realize
starting
they
to
were
get a
both
little
really
bit
good
of
chefs,
it.
so that's cool.
Yes.
That's really
I don't know.
awesome.
This happens.
It is-
People
it is
talk
cool.
about
So
it.
they already have
Kamen
kind of
Rider.
like this thing that they don't like about each other. They're kind of rivals in the kitchen,
So they're rivals on the battlefield and the kitchen.
but not in the beginning. They're not really
Yeah.
enemies. Like the only reason they're really enemies is the fact that B has to defeat Kabuto as part of his job. Like he can't use the powers unless he becomes Kabuto's enemy because
Yeah,
the
it's
B
weird.
is the rival to the Beetle.
That's very strange.
I don't know. Let's draw
Anyway, they
again.
end up fighting
These
monsters,
guys.
and they work together for, I don't
They
know,
said they
a couple
haven't watched
episodes.
Kamen Rider.
Kabuto, being the solo player he is,
They haven't watched.
doesn't
They
want to
don't
work
watch
with
Ghosts that much
And
either.
he's just like, you know what?
It's basically
Screw it.
don't agree with the few
I'm
things.
gonna fight monsters by myself. By the way, B, you let them get away.
I like
B's
it goes so
I
far.
would really like to work with you.
I don't
You know,
know.
if we both
I don't think
work
I have any
together
problem with it.
And you become my subordinate, we can take these people down.
Hey.
Yeah.
And you know, he's trying to extend that hand of friendship.
If anyone
or
is
whatever.
noticing,
Kabato's just
if
trying to
anyone
be a
wants to
jerk,
know,
like, no, I'm good.
my birthday is
And-
tomorrow. Just to say,
Yeah, pretty much. So
might
then,
mention it before the end of
then
this
for 3
video.
episodes, Batman and Robin fight,
Yeah.
and then
They're Batman and Robin, except for it's Nightwing and Batman.
the
Wait,
only
what?
reason that Kabuto loses the duel is because he's trying to protect Kagami, because B goes crazy and he's only focusing on fighting Kabuto. So Kabuto has to go in clock-up mode. He throws his kunai to stop building debris from killing his friend.
Yeah.
I'm
And that's why
confused
he
here.
loses the duel and his belt gets like destroyed, but then it gets fixed anyway, which they don't really
Whose
explain
belt?
how it happens.
I'm
It's just
getting
kinda like,
I'm getting lost
maybe you
track.
guys in the comments know how it happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like whoa, but I forget what happens, but his men are being destroyed by like a whole group of bugs and mutated bugs. So then he loses the B power while he's fighting Kabuto. In fact, he's not doing the perfect harmony thing, so his men are being wiped out. And even Kabuto's like, dude, your men, I came to help you. And stuff like that, and he's just like, I'm gonna defeat you, Kabuto, and then before he can use his Stinger ability, like, his suit falls apart, and he's human again, and he almost gets killed by the bugs.
Because he's not taking care of his people.
So then Kagami, who's been, like, the subordinate for this other guy, he finds the Morpher, turns into the bee, he's so excited, and then he finds out after he saved everybody that he has to fight Kabuto, and as Amber said, he can't do it, and he gives up his powers, and then that guy from the hospital, that wounded soldier, ends up becoming the next bee and fights the both of them or something. But I mean, it's a really, really great show. I'm not getting into the later episodes because there's a lot of spoilers. But
I already did.
If you love time travel, if you love different writers and just like kind of a mix of action and humor, then Kabuto is the show for you guys. And I think that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys had fun. And we'll be back with another Kamen Rider very soon. Probably Kiva or somebody else.
God bless and happy gaming.
Feel free to suggest somebody in the comments below. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Hi, with legs. I'm not making any sense. Even though I'm not making any sense. Yeah, but frigates. Yep, that was very long. 28 minutes. Yeah, again, this is my first time doing a video game reaction to it. Now, like I said before, I was trying to watch this yesterday when it got released, but I was on my iPod and I wasn't really good, and my iPod's not really good at doing videos, at least watching it at least. Yeah, during the time when this was, when I was watching that, I was trying to upload a few of my reaction videos that I already worked on. Yeah, my real life Street Fighter and then my Ronald McDonald AA Beatdown reactions. Both of those reactions are already up. You guys can watch those if you want. Yeah, I just want to do something a little bit different again. Just have branch out a little bit more and just having like Ruby, Raka Raka, a few other things. I'm gonna try to do some reactions tonight. This is probably gonna go up like tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get this up I want to try to get this up tonight, but it's probably gonna end up getting up tomorrow. But like I said, yeah, what I think of this video again. Well, like I said, usually rather than looking at the gameplay, I also listen to the people that are talking. And again, I watched Faiz. I love the series. Kabuto I have not watched because I was eager to get just to go to like get to a series like Deno, DK, sort of, Double O's, Forze, a wizard, sort of. I think during the time I was watching those series, I think I was just trying to like. Well, series. I was also watching Gaim during the time. Again, it's pronounced Gaim, not Gaim. Well, the pronunciation is Gaimu, but it's Gaim. But yeah, what? Oh no, who knows how long. But that's what happens when you're doing a video game reaction. But so, yeah, that's technically it. I could go on forever about this, but I don't want to go on, and plus I'm trying to conserve room on my laptop. So, yeah. Next I'm gonna try to get Dolph off, and we're gonna do our movie finale reaction. Also, I noticed this one person I want to talk about real quick that commented down on my Ruby reaction, and let me get this straight, dude. Swazzer Blitz. You said to get my brains together, Aaron such. Look, I can kind of get it. I found out about the whole Adam's Celeste thing, like deploying her aura on the Rui Wicca, and also I already expected this because I already watched it. It was that's why it's called Let's Watch. So, and I had in parentheses me, and then in reaction being my brother. So again, I seen it, and Dolph's going in blind. I explained that way at the beginning of the video. Like, did you just skip something? Just skip the beginning and go on to the reaction parts? Like I said, I get it. I don't know if that was for me. I don't know if that was for Dolph. But don't go through my... Don't be going in after me again. You guys need to really just need... Again, you just really need it. The weird thing is I got 3 dislikes on there, but I'm used to it now. But yeah, that's it. Remember to like, feel, comment, subscribe. There'll be more videos coming. And if you guys think I should do more of these video game reactions, or just stick with what I usually do. But yeah, and again, more videos coming. And this is IS-15 Rider kicking out of here.